Well, welcome back to another episode of Dumb Stuff with Matt. We are back with the should have ended in a graveyard Triumph Spitfire here. Tonight we're starting the process of rebuilding the rear suspension bits. We've got new rear shocks, we've got bushings, we've got a lowering block, all the stuff to rebuild the leaf spring. We've got some other front parts and bits around here. There's sway bar links and bushings. Mount kits. Just gonna get to work here. Obviously I've already got the car jacked up in the air. I kind of started before I grabbed the camera here. So I'm gonna put you guys down for a few minutes. I'm gonna get the wheels tore off and then we'll dig into this a little bit deeper. Obviously you guys are smart enough to figure out how to take your wheels off, so you don't gotta see me do that. What we've got here, this is one of those weird leaf spring cars. That runs all the way to the other side. Obviously it's a little bit old and crusty. I have new bushings. I have new bushings for this trailing rod. I've got new shocks. Pretty much everything we need to rebuild this. So I think we're going to get out the old lubrication spray, give this thing a good douching in a couple spots, and then I'll start working up top. There's an access panel to get to the top of the leaf spring you got to take up. So I will come back when I got that far. We got the cover off, of course. All that held that on was a couple of 5/16 bolts. One here and one there. Mine was gasketed down for some reason, so I'm going to go through and clean all this garbage up. I've also got the trailing arms loosened from the inside of the car. There's a bolt here and a bolt here. Same over there. The top one was a 9/16. The bottom ones both have a significant amount of undercoat on them. I ended up having to use a 15mm. It did not strip, it did take it right off. So a little tip in case you run into the same problem. And completely disassembled. Shocks were tired. No movement. Oh, that one still got... Oh, nope. She's done. So those are garbage, obviously. We got new, so it's all good. Our lateral arms, they're out. They seem to be in good shape. I don't see any major bends to them. They both have a boatload of body shims on them, though, so that's going to be fun to figure out. And then this guy. He fought me for an hour to come out. Eventually, I figured out what had happened. This little pin was seized in place. Once I figured that game out, the game kind of changed. So let's go over and look at the car. See all the way through. That's where the leaf spring goes. Vertical links. That's where lateral arms come in. Shock mount down there and up here. Really, surprisingly not real bad under here. I'm gonna go get some chassis paint tomorrow. Give this thing a quick bath, make it look a little nicer. I may take this diff down to my buddy and have it have one of those fancy Hobart lockers put in it. Just see if we can get a little more grip out of her. But this leaf spring kicked my ass, guys. So I'm gonna call it here. We'll pick it up tomorrow night. Later. What's all this stuff? Chapter 8. Differential and phenol drive. Dang it, I just realized I don't know how to read. Well, anyway, we can talk about that another day. Obviously, I've got the manual out. I decided last night, after a few garage sodas, we're going to go ahead and drop this diff. I got a buddy who's real good at installing lockers and differentials that didn't have lockers before. Now, it's not the selectable type of locker. it's pretty much just a locker. So, tonight, we're going to try our best to get that little fella out. And here is the problem. This nut must have been put on with a 1-inch impact. I got nothing that can touch it. So, our option B is to pull the U-joint, pull the U-joint bolts for each side. Then we're going to disconnect the emergency brake that surprisingly still works. I can't get over that. And then there should be a mount at the back and a mount at the front. Then the diff can come out. So, let's see if we can make this happen. Well, our first move, should probably get some Diddy juice on these things because they are old and crusty. So, let's give her a little bit of juice. I already took a little bit of time tonight and kind of cleaned up the area a little bit. It is a greasy mess underneath there. I don't know exactly how, but let's go ahead and just give her a good douching. Get some on the front bolts. Yep. Perfect. Alright, we're going to let that sit in for a few. Come back and see if we can fight our way through this. For any of you guys doubting when I say this thing is a rusted out piece of crap, that's how bad it is. There's holes in everything. I'm working on the floor, getting covered in grease. Here is what we're here for. Let's see if I can get you guys in there. There they are. So I've already put a wrench on it, and I'm going to beat my dog real quick. Anyway, 9/16. Let's see if we can get him out. My trusty garage dog always seems to be in the way. Anyway, we got one side out. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it is a pain in the butt. Those U-joint, or that flange coupler right there, there is not a good way to get to that. Everything has got to be just perfect, otherwise you're not getting the bolt out. So this should be fun going back in. Nope. We did have a casualty. I lost a brake line, mostly because I got frustrated with it, and I, did the things. But I'm going to get to starting on the other side. I would like to bring you guys in for this, but there's just no room. I can't. There's no spot to get you in. So we're going to keep after it here. And just like that, it's out. I'll be honest with you guys, if you're following along, doing the same thing on your car, these two, this is one big stud that goes through. I had the worst time with that one. These two weren't so bad. The worst of it is your drive shaft nuts and bolts. They are absolutely terrible. There is no room. There's nothing. They're super tight, and you got about a 6-inch wrench to work with. So I think we're going to clean up our mess, but you can clearly see that is all the suspension, all the drivetrain, well, for the rear at least, has been removed out of this car. Tomorrow night, we're going to start cleaning this mess up, painting it up a little nicer, and start prepping for some parts. I got to order a whole bunch of stuff now. I also noticed when I pulled the drive shaft, it's been rubbing the tunnel, the frame. I looked at this. This looks like it's sitting low. I look up a little further. Looks like a couple of the motor mounts are weak. That one doesn't look great. But, so, I think we're going to finish this one up here. It's been a good couple days of working on the old girl. I can't wait to see this thing put back together again. So, yeah, there's your differential unit pulled with the body still on the car. I followed the chain Hilton's manual or whatever it's called to a T. everything came apart. Just a whole lot of work. So anyway, guys, like I said, I think we're going to call this one for the night. I will be doing some more work tomorrow night. Going to get those parts that I've already got done ready to go. We got to focus on the differential. I'm hoping it's still good. Everything inside of it worked before I took it out. But like I said, I'm going to go take it to a buddy and have him, you know, do some welder things to it. I got new bushings coming, all the good stuff. If we're going to put it back together again, we're going to put it together right. Kind of looks cool with this sick-ass rake on it, though. I think I'd look pretty cool on a big tire, maybe. Anyway, it's Thursday night, guys. You know what that means? I got a video coming for you tomorrow. Maybe by midnight. Let's see what I can make happen. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching my garbage YouTube videos. But, Alex, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping in. I forgot to mention, guys, if you're following along here and notice that I didn't pull the U-bolts, not U-bolts, the U-joint flanges off at the differential, that is because when it's up in the car, there is just zero room. And I'm working on a kind of a sketchy surface here. The concrete's solid, but I've got it lifted as much as I can in the back. I can't make it match the front. So what I ended up doing was I took the drive shaft bolts off directly at the transmission. That just had easier access. It wasn't putting me underneath 1,500 pounds of rotted, jagged metal. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that's what I was doing there. Oh, I think the dog just farted. Anyway, so seriously this time, thanks for stopping in. We'll see you guys on the next one.